Steve Bannon just spoke in New York City after being released from federal prison this morning. Here's some of what he had to say.
Well, I think you can see today I'm far from broken. I've been empowered by my 4 months at Danbury Federal Prison. Why was I empowered? Because I was able to listen, to observe, and to learn from working class minorities, young African American men and Hispanic men, and yes, Puerto Rican men, about what their lives are and what the queen of mass incarcerations, which is what they believe that Kamala Harris is. She refuses, and she has refused as border czar, to commence any mass deportations of illegal alien or illegal migrant criminals.
CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now on the phone. Scott, you listened to Bannon speak to the press a few moments ago. What stood out to you about his comments?
A few different things. First of all, this didn't happen in a vacuum. He is released from prison 7 days before the election, which has been a pretty vicious, visceral fight. And in the process, Donald Trump has one of his most vicious fighters back on his side and out there in the public space. Steve Bannon, when pressed by CBS News, says he isn't going to encourage former President Trump to address the nation at 11 p.m. on election night to, quote, explain where the vote is. He wouldn't say declare victory, but he certainly indicated he wants Donald Trump to make a case to the American people about the results, no matter whether key states have been projected, no matter if there's any clarity to the election results at all. And that really does set the table, doesn't it, for the same thing that happened in 2020. Steve Bannon famously on January 5th, 2021, predicted that all hell was going to break loose the next day. He has an audience. He has a platform. He has the ability to mobilize Trump supporters, and he is anything but a shrinking violet as he comes out of prison.
So Bannon was also talking about some funny stuff allegedly that's happening in swing states. Did he provide any evidence?
No, and it's quite early in this process to be making those declarations. He certainly is planting seeds, though, for election denialism the same way Trump supporters did in 2020. But when pressed on that, he did what many politicians do and refused to acknowledge the possibility Donald Trump doesn't win on November 5th, which, of course, is a real possibility. And most of this extended 1 hour long news conference staged by Steve Bannon the day of his release from prison was mostly political analysis. And I got to tell you, political analysts are a dime a dozen at this moment in time.
Scott, you mentioned that Bannon is one of Trump's most vicious bulldogs. Can we see him out campaigning for Trump this week, just sticking to his podcast? You also mentioned that he has an audience. Is he an effective surrogate when it comes to undecideds, that crucial voter bloc that both campaigns are trying to get?
It's a great question, and we did ask him that a couple different ways, a couple different times. He didn't commit to making any campaign appearances for Donald Trump, but his program does have an audience of tens, if not hundreds of thousands a day, and it may be the most effective way for him to reach Trump supporters is through the microphone and studio he has set up in Washington. Didn't rule that out, but he has said he talked to former President Trump today and that Donald Trump listened to his show this morning. He has the former president's ear, but I think more impactfully, he has the ear of Trump supporters, the foot soldiers who are out there trying to mobilize voters, and he has 7 days to try to affect this election.
Bannon is still facing a separate case in New York. What can you tell us about that?
That's a local prosecution, which mirrors his former federal prosecution, the one for which he was pardoned by then-President Trump, accused of fraud, of bilking investors out of some amount of money under the pretense of using it to build a border wall. He, of course, is challenging that accusation, and it is set for a trial in New York City. It was originally going to be with the same judge who handled Trump's New York fraud case, but that has since changed. That judge now has other commitments. But this comes to a head as early as December.
Scott MacFarlane, thank you.